Hi Gemini, this is Just with your February 1st to the 15th, 2018 tarot reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So Gemini, some of you, it seems like there has been some shift and change in energy as far as your workplace is concerned. I recall there being good news about a month ago, I believe, November, December time. A lot of you were really making traction and headway in the workplace. You were, able to conquer any negative issues or negative people or people that were trying to come up against you. You were the preferred person. It seems like now there's been a shift. Some of you are having to address some challenges at the workplace. Some of you feel like you're overworked. Some of you feel like possibly a new manager or an existing manager, some changes, rules, and regulations that's come down are harsh ones or hard ones to digest. And I feel like there's someone that's overall making it a little bit difficult for you guys to kind of have a peaceful time at the workplace. Now, it seems like at first, almost like someone is not saying that someone's out to get you, but someone is very critical of you guys, okay? Or you may be coming off this way at the workplace as well, especially if you carry a supervisory or a management position. But there's an element that I feel like where you once felt very happy, very good about this job, about the place of employment in which you work, there's now been some harshness, okay? The people that you work with now may feel like they're all work, no play, no one's really communicating with each other. There could be some almost like, I get like quotations, like you work someplace where there's quotas that needs to be met. There's commission based, almost like a do or die situation where people are all out for themselves. And I feel that anyone there, and it's very, what do you call it? What's the word? Divided. Yeah, it's very divided, where some people are favored, and those are the people that may, brown nose, as they say, or just have a natural rapport with management, and others, they treat, like they're enslaved. They work really hard. They give them a hard time. And some of you may be fighting against this. I feel like some of you, especially if you come from a job where you have a union, there may be some reports toward the union or needing to have the union get involved is what it looks like to me. And some of you downright may have just recently started a job that you are quickly starting to feel like it's not the best opportunity in hindsight. And overall, you just may feel like I'm not getting paid enough for all of the work that now I'm being asked to do, because I do feel like there's a shift and change here. And that will make a lot of you that can relate to this, obviously, want to start someplace else, want to find a new job. And I do see that you may be looking for that. You may be looking elsewhere. And it may take some time, though, for those of you that are looking for work that's in this situation. For others of you that's looking for work, it will be a hard task to overcome. I do see some delays in kind of moving forward as you would like to. And I do see someone or something getting in front of that, okay? So you may be having some issues with your old job. You may be getting a bad referral. You may... they may be holding you up in some kind of way that you just can't maneuver the way that you would like to. If those of you that are expecting your tax season, for some of you, it's going to be a nightmare. I do see that, unfortunately. Sorry to have to give you that news. It will be trying to get down to the nuts and bolts. And some of you will even get to the point where you'll just try to decide, do I leave the money on the table, or do I try to take this lesser, more easier method of applying or filing versus something a little bit more complex and, will be daunting of a task because you possibly may not have all your documents. I feel like someone's holding you up from being able to kind of get this done. So a lot of delays, frustrations occurring in the first couple of weeks of February due to delays, other people standing in front of things that you want to get accomplished. And I feel downright some of you just feel as though there's this heaviness in the workplace. There's a bit of a divide. There's a feeling that some people are being favored versus others. excuse me, and I do see that there's changes overall for some of you as it relates to the politics, the rules and regulations at the workplace, and it's coming down by someone that either is new or they're taking orders from an authority above them that you guys do not understand. You don't realize that. And so therefore you don't understand this shift in their behavior, because I do feel like there's this like huge shift that's going on. And it's almost like, you know, like, where's this coming from? I don't understand why he's acting this way or why this is happening. But it's coming from a place that you guys aren't aware of. Finances, I would be very conservative for the first 2 weeks. Probably be very conservative for a few months out, especially if there's any financial issues outstanding, anything outstanding, monies that you're waiting for, things not looking settled or positive. Be very cautious as far as spending money, as far as traveling at this time. I do feel like if some of you decide to travel now, if it hasn't been already arranged and planned and money put out before, like prior to 2017, and you're trying to kind of like spend the money now, you'll find once you get back that you've spent too much and now you're having to reconcile. So be very careful with that. And you'll find yourself having to, and some of you will, and it'll be just fine that you'll work an extended amount of time to make up whatever you've spent. Now, it looks like that someone may be leaving a job. I feel like someone's leaving more than they're being let go. And there may be some time before they replace the person that's left. And again, that work may get distributed unevenly as well, is what I see. As it relates to personal circumstances, I do see that there may be calling out family member, friend, someone close in your life, calling them out for misbehavior of some sort. So I do see some issues there. There may be someone that needs to either go to rehab or needs to realize some errors of their ways. Okay, so really kind of having to deal with that. It may be like a young child or an adult child who's still young. So like late teens, early 20s, you know, that sort of thing, having to address a child. That sort of thing is what I see here. Taking on more an authoritative role and probably having to cut off your children as someone who seems to be a bit of a mooch, excuse me, someone who's always asking. So I do see there being this sternness coming up for you guys as well. Addressing things that are problematic, things that have been making you unhappy for far too long, addressing issues and kind of trying to settle things, but it's going to take a little while before the dust clears, so just keep that in mind. As it relates to love, I do see that I was seeing straight away that someone was proposing marriage at first when I was first putting the spread down. Lovely cards, beautiful cards. Two people that's extremely in love with each other, and someone's proposing either marriage, move in with me, or let's make this official, something very committed, right? Going to the next level. But then as I started, then it was like, okay, well, there's some level of unhappiness here. And then it comes to a point where it's like, well, it looks like someone's not happy about a possible union and commitment between you and another. It could be you as well that's unhappy. And I'm speaking to men and women with this entire reading, by the way. But it could be you guys that's finding out that someone that you hold dear and near to you is committed in a way that you didn't realize, and that makes you unhappy. I do see that some of you will be, you know, trying to approach this person. Some of you may even find out that this person isn't exactly happy like you thought. You may think that, oh, wow, you went and you got, you know, married, or you're about to get proposed to, which will have you pretty much worried because there may be a baby that comes out of this. Some of you may find out that someone is pregnant. Yes, I definitely see that. So you may be being revealed to you that someone is pregnant. This person that you will be trying to address the issue with will try to avoid you like the plague. I feel that there's almost like a shift shaping, like someone is changing their stripes constantly. Okay. 1 minute they become missing in action when you try to confront them. Then, when you've calmed down, they'll come back around trying to, make amends. But then by then you're very cold and you don't want to speak to them. And once you try to address the issue again, I feel like the person, tries to minimize the situation as if, it's not what you think. I'm not really happy. So be careful with that. I do see someone being a little bit manipulating here, for those of you that can relate to that. I do feel like, although that there is a being able to move forward proposal, move in together, it's going to take some time. Someone needs to clean out their closet as far as some old issues, old relationship, someone that they're already in a relationship with. I do feel like some of you may be thinking that, oh, this is a relationship that's really getting ready to go somewhere, and then you find out that there's another entity in that relationship. So there's something else going on and it's not free and clear, and you may not make a full decision about this until July. Okay, because again, there's this, someone's able to maneuver. They change up all different kind of ways depending on how you approach the situation, and how your energy shifts is how their energy shifts. So it's kind of a bit of a slippery slope, grabbing them and kind of catching them, if that makes any sense. So I do see this, some of you needing to make a decision. If you want to align yourself in a very committed relationship, it's going to take some form of having to see things differently, make a sacrifice to some extent. And perhaps that sacrifice is putting whatever previous relationship you had in perspective, letting go any loose ties that no longer serve you and that you shouldn't have any more connections to, and aligning yourself with the one that you want. Okay. I do see that some of you Gemini women may be, same thing, addressing someone that you feel is using work to avoid a situation. You may feel like this person is extremely controlling to some extent. You may find yourself kowtowing to this person and not even knowing why. Like, he's the person that's doing things that's wrong, but I find myself, I'm being the one coming back and apologizing, trying to make amends, trying to befriend him, and someone I feel has been a bit cold and callous to you. Okay. Other people that if you're single, rather, I feel like right now, as far as socializing is concerned, you may find people that have that cold and callous energy. You may find yourselves kind of going back to situations that are not pleasant, that wasn't left in a good sort of way. You may find yourself reminiscing about people from the past, wanting to go back to those people, calling those people up. And especially if you've had a feud with someone, you may be trying to go back and make amends, but just know that they're not going to be quite happy with you at this time. We do have, what a lot of people celebrate as Valentine's Day coming up in the next couple of weeks. So we'll look back in and see how that relates to love. But right now, as far as Gemini is concerned, I see just having to settle issues in relationships of past, and coming to terms with exactly how you want to handle a particular relationship that you have going forward. A lot of you have an opportunity to align yourself with something completely committed. Again, addressing something from the past. Someone either knows that something committed is happening and they're not happy about it. You may hear from them. You may reach out. And I feel like as far as knowing exactly how you're going to handle the situation ultimately will not happen in the month of February, as well as some of you finding out that someone is pregnant, as well as you yourself finding out that you're pregnant. That's what I have for you guys. It's actually happening a lot. I just did three signs prior to you guys like a few days ago, and I'm doing you guys' reading now, and I'm still getting the message of pregnancy. So it's a lot of, if it's not pregnancy, then someone's creating something new is starting, a whole new energy is starting to shift, which makes sense. We have, at least in the States, the new season is coming upon us, but new energy is definitely ushering in. And I feel like a lot of it won't necessarily be really noticed and felt until the summer months. So that's what I have for you guys for the first 2 weeks of February. I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you would like to share with us how it has been, please do so in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. If you would like a reading with me, I can be reached at the beginning and into this video. And if you are new to this channel, welcome, and subscribe subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Gemini.